Explosions light up the night sky across the Gaza Strip. Israeli jets striking several targets in the region. The strikes were in response to rockets fired from Gaza during the day. Most of the rockets fell into wasteland, but 2 of them hit the southern Israeli town of Sderot, injuring at least 3 people. The rockets fired from Gaza were a reaction to the death of Haider Adnan. On Tuesday morning, the Israeli prison administration announced the death of this Islamic Jihad figure who had been on hunger strike for 3 months in protest of his detention. For many Palestinians, he was a symbol of resistance. His death provoked a wave of anger in Gaza, but also on the West Bank. For the Palestinian Prime Minister, it's a crime perpetrated by Israel.
Now, a one-week extension to a truce has been agreed in principle by Sudan's army chief and the leader of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. The announcement was made by South Sudan's foreign ministry. Fighting in the past few days has intensified in Omdurman and the neighborhood of Bari. Rival sides have been battling for control of the presidential palace and Khartoum International Airport. Military airstrikes have also hit paramilitary positions to the north of the capital in Bari. More people continue to flee Sudan as the humanitarian situation worsens.
Another 1,500 U.S. soldiers and Marines will be arriving on the southern border as soon as next week to join the 2,500 National Guard troops that are already there. The reason? It goes back to COVID. Former President Donald Trump made no secret of his disdain for migrants. He used the COVID emergency to enact a plan to turn back migrants to Mexico before they could ask for asylum, called Title 42, which President Joe Biden kept in place. But on May 11th, the COVID emergency is officially over, and authorities expect as many as 11,000 people will try to cross the border without documents each week.
Crawling with police, the palace in lockdown, its surroundings evacuated after a man reportedly threw shotgun cartridges into the grounds. A controlled explosion carried out on a suspicious bag as a precaution. Officers quickly arresting a man, stating he was searched and a knife was found.
In the hours after the incident, Buckingham Palace remains in lockdown and almost total darkness. Certainly no members of the public allowed here. The palace has confirmed the King and Queen Consort weren't here at the time the man was arrested.
High-speed boats trying to traffic drugs weren't fast enough to outrun authorities in the Caribbean. Colombia's armed forces says it seized more than 10 tons of cocaine hydrochloride recently. They say 3 vessels were stopped in the Caribbean Sea near the Venezuelan border that were carrying more than 5 tons of drugs. 9 people on those vessels were detained. And in another bust, a cocaine lab was discovered by the Colombian National Police and the Army, which netted nearly another 5 tons of cocaine. The operations were an international effort.
The search for 2 missing teenage girls in Oklahoma has led to the discovery of 7 bodies. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says the girls were reportedly seen traveling with a 39-year-old convicted sex offender. Authorities say the search resulted in the discovery of 7 bodies on a rural property near the town of Henrietta, roughly 80 kilometers south of Tulsa. An Amber Alert for the missing girls was canceled Monday. It's believed the girls are 14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old Brittany Brewer. No other details have been released at this time.
The manhunt for the man accused of shooting and killing 5 family members. That manhunt now over. New video showing the suspect, Francisco Oropesa, in custody after a 4-day search. He was found in a small town about 17 miles west of where the shooting happened, found by U.S. Marshals, Texas DPS, and the U.S. Border Patrol. The sheriff tonight saying he was located inside a closet in a home, hiding underneath some laundry after a tip was called in to the FBI. Oropesa was wanted for allegedly shooting his next-door neighbors execution style with an assault rifle.